Hello, my name is Ryan Dennis, and I'm a graduate student at West Texas A&M University, and I'm here to talk to you today about creating value for yourself and for others. You can create value for yourself and for others through a strong social network, and this can be a double-edged sword. This is because there are three types of people in this world. There are givers, there are takers, and there are matchers. And if these images aren't obvious enough, let me explain for you. So Mother Teresa was a giver by nature, and she gave more than what she received in return. On the other hand, Darth Vader was a taker because he put himself and his interests above others. Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs is a matcher because the relationship that he and Clarice had was mutually beneficial. Quid pro quo. Giving can drive your success and can also drive the success of others. Therefore, it's important to find efficient ways to give while also avoiding being burned and being burned out. So this poses a big question then. How do you give successfully? And to piggyback off of this, I'll ask another question. Why do you want to give even if you're not a giver? It seems like the takers in the world have the upper hand, right? Looking at aggressive salesmen who exceed their quotas, the bully in the workplace who's a star performer consistently, and even the top level executives who've trampled over others to get to where they're at today. They seem successful, right? But pay attention to how you feel. Do you respect or do you resent these people? And would you rather be respected or resented? So giving initially in the short term in zero-sum scenarios isn't successful. However, most of life isn't zero-sum, and therefore givers can gain the upper hand by establishing and building trust and goodwill with others and also maintaining strong social networks. Eventually, givers can win in this arena and become at the top of the workplace hierarchy. So there are actual genuine givers in this world, and there are fakers, otherwise known as takers who are disguised as givers. So how do you know who to trust? So in Adam Grant's Give and Take, he refers to lecking, which is a term that can show you giveaways of takers. It's also how takers carry themselves. So lecking refers to the animal kingdom and how males can attract potential mates through showing off. Looking at these two different headshots from two different annual reports, are you able to spot who the taker is? If you guess correctly, bigger face equals more power, right? Kenneth Lay on the left here was the CEO of Enron, and he ultimately faced major consequences because he acted unethically during those times. He was able to hide his taking from his network contacts because they didn't have information about his reputation due to lack of connection. Now, as a giver, to avoid being taken advantage of, you need to trust but verify. And this can be done by two methods: sincerity screening and establishing and building a strong network. Sincerity screening allows you to see taker giveaways and clues, such as a person describing success using the terms I and me versus we and us. And building a strong network to fall back upon will allow you to see through fakers and also allow you to get more opportunities as well. And word of mouth spreads quickly, and so do poor reputations. This is also where information brokers come in. So an information broker is a key role player in social networking because they connect disparate groups of people while also allowing the spread of information quickly and efficiently. One example of a successful information broker was Heidi Roizen. Heidi Roizen is a successful businesswoman who was passionate about growing the success of others around her and also building and mastering her social network. She was able to open the doors of opportunity for others by hosting dinner parties at her house and connecting weak ties together, even though they weren't directly related or interconnected. So I view Heidi Roizen as an otherish giver with matcher tendencies. And before I talk about that, I want to define selfless givers and otherish givers. Selfless givers are those who tend to give their all the time without tending to their own successes and ambitions. This causes them to burn out very quickly and contribute less overall. Otherish givers, such as Heidi, know when there's such a thing as giving too much. And Heidi only leveraged her network when she felt that both parties would be in a win-win situation. So she also had allowed herself to give to others, but also had built her social networking through recognizing the fact that there was such a thing as giving too much. She also believed in two different principles: reciprocity and consistency. Reciprocity speaks to how people should model the behavior they want to see in others. And the key to success can be summed up in one word, which is generosity. Heidi Roizen was generous in sharing her diverse contacts as a super connector, which is why she was so successful and eventually gave success to others through hosting her dinner parties. Adam Grant gives one tip to be an otherish giver in his book Give and Take, which is the 5-minute favor. He believes that you should be able to do anything for anyone if it takes 5 minutes or less. This will help build trust and goodwill and will allow you to establish strong relationships in a positive environment. Consistency is another way to further trust and further build trust between parties. Consistency is defined as having steady and dependent actions in every interaction with other people. Heidi Roizen believed that if people were consistent, they would be strong network connections. This is because that way you will have the opportunity to open other doors of opportunity for other people. And this will build and create a ripple effect of success around you. So to be an otherish giver, you need to be conscious of your giving and efforts and where you're placing them. You need to be able to benefit others and yourself, and you also need to be resistant to burnout. Burnout can cause someone to contribute less overall, and you want to be able to contribute as much as possible while also cultivating your own ambitions. Be careful and avoid becoming a doormat by recognizing the takers in the room as well. So, how do you give successfully? Now that is entirely up to you. Thank you.